Hi, I'm Monica Reinagel, the Nutrition Diva, and today I have a tip for you about cooking with kosher salt. So you'll see I have a couple of different kinds of salt here. I have some regular table salt. In this case, this is made from evaporated seawater, so it's labeled sea salt. And I also have some coarse kosher salt. Now, both of these products, molecularly and chemically, are exactly the same. They're both pure sodium chloride. The only difference is in the shape of the crystal. The table salt has really fine grains, sort of like grains of sand, whereas the kosher salt has a larger granule, but it's also a lot flatter. It's sort of a flaky structure. And the difference in the shape makes a big difference when you're cooking with these things. Regular table salt has about 24 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon, whereas kosher salt only has about 1,900 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon, about 20% less. So if you're using kosher salt in recipes that call for table salt, your dish will have about 20% less sodium. But it's also going to taste about 20% less salty. It's going to affect the flavor. So if you're using kosher salt in your recipes and they're not coming out exactly the way you expect, that could be the reason. Now, if you want to reduce sodium, that's fine. But keep in mind, you could do the same thing simply by cutting back a little bit on the amount of table salt you're using. Because remember, both of these things are exactly the same except for the shape, and the table salt is a little bit cheaper. Now, there is one way that you can use kosher salt to reduce the sodium in your diet without compromising on flavor, and that's to use kosher salt as a finishing salt, to sprinkle it over cooked dishes like vegetables or potatoes or meats right before you serve them. This flat, flaky shape that the kosher salt has means that the grains have more surface area, and when they're sitting on top of the food, that means that more of the tongue's salt receptors come into contact with the salt. That means you get a little bit more salty flavor with less sodium. So that's how you want to use kosher salt, especially if you're looking to reduce sodium in your food. I have a new book out. It's called The Nutrition Diva's Secrets for a Healthy Diet: What to Eat, What to Avoid, and What to Stop Worrying About. And in the book, I talk a lot about the difference between different kinds of salt or oils or grains or flours, and tell you which ones make the best choices, how to use them, and even times when you can save yourself a little money. It's also got recipes and meal plans and answers to all the questions that are likely to come up if you're trying to make healthy choices, both at the grocery store and also throughout the day at every meal and snack. Nutrition Diva's Secrets for a Healthy Diet is on sale now at Amazon or Barnes & Noble or wherever you like to buy books. So pick up a copy today and eat something good for me.